You are welcome to another episode of HN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. The legal troubles surrounding R. Kelly have captivated a lot of public attention for the past 5 years, and are characterized by a series of allegations and charges ranging from abuse to racketeering, all mere allegations that have not been proven with sufficient evidence in the courts of law. About 48 hours ago, Kelly achieved a significant legal victory with the dismissal of a lawsuit filed by a one Heather Williams. His lead attorney Jennifer Bonjean could not help to celebrate on her Twitter page, where she posted suggesting the appeal court had sided with R. Kelly on the matter of Heather Williams, the accuser who had been granted a $4 million settlement after a default judgment by the trial court in the early days of his incarceration. This win has prompted intense discussions regarding its potential ramifications on his pending cases in New York and Chicago that are awaiting a thorough appeal process through which fans and supporters of R. Kelly hope the convictions will be overturned. In this episode of HN What's Your Say, we seek to analyze the implications of R. Kelly's victory against Heather Williams on his legal battles in New York and Chicago. In New York, R. Kelly faces a barrage of federal charges including racketeering, violations of the Mann Act, and other offenses related to sexual abuse and exploitation. The dismissal of the lawsuit filed by Heather Williams by the appeal court could potentially bolster R. Kelly's defense strategy at this case. His legal team might leverage this victory as evidence of their ability to challenge the credibility of accusers and undermine the prosecution's case. The dismissal might serve to cast doubt on the motives and reliability of other witnesses who testified against Kelly in the New York and Chicago trials. If Heather Williams was caught pants down in an act that was intended to compromise the U.S. justice system, why would the others in her category be assumed credible? And this is what we have been speaking on for a while now on this channel. We once released a full video addressing the credibility of the entire contingent of government witnesses that were brought before court to tarnish his reputation and compromise the jurors' opinion of him. In that particular video release we cited the likes of Lisa Van Allen, who in her past years has left footmarks of deceit and bearing false witness in court when under oath, and sometimes on the media when asked to speak on her experience with R. Kelly. All these events give R. Kelly a better platform to challenge the credibility of not only these government witnesses, but also of the entire trial processes that saw him locked up with the intention that he serves an indirect life sentence. We are not simply extrapolating legal assumptions from one already determined case to another. There is just so much reason to doubt the credibility of the two trial processes that are currently pending appeal. While the charges in the New York case are grave and of higher consequence, they have been analyzed and determined completely alien to his case and are not in any way supported by any substantial evidence. The conviction was entirely based on only testimonies from multiple alleged victims and no collaborating documentation was issued. It is therefore logical to believe that the New York conviction will also be overturned by the higher court of this land. The victory against Heather Williams is therefore only the beginning of a long array of wins in favor of defendant R. Kelly. In Chicago, R. Kelly faces federal charges related to CP, enticement of minors, and other offenses stemming from his alleged involvement in illicit activities spanning decades. It is however important to note that R. Kelly actually did beat the obstruction of justice charges to which he was subjected together with his co-accused Daryl McDavid and Milton June Brown. Unlike the New York case, which primarily focuses on racketeering charges, the Chicago case centers on more specific allegations of sexual misconduct, most of which stem from decades ago when the statutes of limitations were much shorter. These allegations can therefore be argued out for their statutes of limitations, which had long expired before the cases were filed. While the Chicago case involved the presentation of video evidence and financial documentations, the source of these videos was never established, and this makes them inadmissible in the U.S. court system. The Chicago federal judge, however, welcomed these and completely forgot what the law says in this regard. It's therefore not a matter of excitement by R. Kelly supporters to suggest that this latest win against Heather Williams in fact does have a huge impact on the coming appeal processes. There are way too many loopholes to exploit when it comes to this case, and the chances that these charges will be dismissed is rather high. Fans and supporters cannot help but celebrate what appears to be the first win in a long time for the R&B king. This win marks a pivotal moment in the ongoing legal battles that have gripped the public's attention. The appeal, which was centered on a series of charges brought against R. Kelly by Heather Williams, has been closely followed by both R. Kelly's supporters and critics. Williams, who alleged various offenses against Kelly including sexual misconduct and abuse and sought legal recourse through the courts, did not hesitate to demand that R. Kelly be sidelined by way of granting an automatic win in her favor, and to demand that an entire $4 million settlement be paid to her. Who knows how many people were meant to have a share of this $1 million bounty? The recent ruling in Kelly's favor, however, signals a twist in the protracted legal proceedings, and denies these greedy actors a chance to extort the R&B king. The details of the appeal, however, remain largely undisclosed, as court documents pertaining to the case have not been made public. Sources close to the matter, however, only indicate that the appellate court found grounds to overturn certain aspects of the initial default judgment against R. Kelly. This decision has been met with jubilation by Kelly's supporters, who view it as a vindication of the singer's innocence. "This ruling is a step in the right direction towards clearing R. Kelly's name," remarked one of Kelly's staunch supporters, Oliver Johnson's, outside the courthouse. "We've always believed in Robert's innocence, and now the courts are starting to see the truth," she added. Conversely, Williams and her legal team have expressed disappointment and frustration with the appellate court's decision, which sabotages their formerly exciting financial expectations. In a statement to the press, Williams' attorney emphasized their commitment to pursuing justice on behalf of their client regardless the outcome of this appeal. In his words, he said, "While we respect the court's decision, we firmly believe in the validity of our client's claims against singer R. Kelly. We will continue to fight tirelessly to ensure that justice is served for Heather Williams and all victims of abuse in this country," he added. The ruling comes amidst a backdrop of heightened scrutiny surrounding R. Kelly accusers, who have since dropped off one by one, confessing they were never interested in accusing him after all. "We cannot help but think that they could have been forced into accusing the R&B king such that they could share the spoils of his extortion." R. Kelly, who doubles as successful music producer and the king of R&B, has seen his reputation tarnished, as numerous accusers have come forward with harrowing accounts of their alleged experiences with him. The legal victory against Heather Williams therefore represents a significant development for R. Kelly, who continues to maintain his innocence in the face of these rather heinous accusations. If you wish to take part in a live interview on this channel discussing any of these topics, let us know by emailing us on sashahnnewsroom@gmail.com for scheduling. That is all we had for you today on HN What's Your Say. To keep updated whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now. Also remember to hit the bell icon and enable notifications. And feel free to share your opinions with us in the comment section below, and let us know if you would like us to publish your views in our next release. We value all our subscribers' opinions.